Hello, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for August 8th to the 15th, 2025. If you're new here, you are most welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for coming and joining your energy to mine as we co-create this reading across time and space. With that, let's set the intention. I invite you to close your eyes and let's take 3 nice deep breaths together. Pulling our energy into sync across time and space. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth, like the trees that surround you wherever you may be. Knowing that this true root is not only anchoring you and grounding you and allowing you to be fully here now, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth in service to your highest and greatest good, becoming compost for that shine. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future, about to co-create this reading of the week for August 8th to the 15th, 2025. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and our collective heart and mind at this time, to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us across time and space, creating a circle of love, of light, of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of insight, transformation, and peace. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. Okay, here we go. Oh, and so, Creator, what is it that we need to know for this week of August 8th to the 15th, 2025? For our good, the good of those we love, the good of our communities, the good of this beautiful planet, our home, our mother, our nurturer, who takes care of us in all ways, whether we are aware of it or not. Thank you. So what is it that we need to know most this week in service to our highest and greatest good, that we may best navigate the energy of these times and be in service through our gifts and abilities to more love and light, joy and well-being on this planet? And healing and transformation. Why not? Let's add that in too. Okay, so we are starting with the 9 of Hearts, and the card is Fulfilment. And this is a beautiful card. It's that fullness that comes when we're doing the things that we enjoy with the people we enjoy doing them with. It's having that rich life that is saturated with all the good things that we adore, all those good things that call us into more life experience. So we feel fulfilled when we are offering our gifts, when we are in meaningful service. It is again, a full state of our heart. We are full, and it flows out into the world. Our well-being, our happiness, our comfort, our satisfaction makes us able to be generous and abundant, prosperous. That beautiful, thick, full energy where potential can come out of, because it is so rich and full. It can't help itself. This is sitting in the position of the recent past. And so what this means is it's energy from our past that we have tapped into. We have felt it, experienced it, maybe leveraged it for our good in the past, and it's up now in our present and in our future, this energy of fulfillment. What does that feel like to you? What does that feel like to me? Can we explore that energy of fulfillment and let it inform our present and our future? So this energy of contentment, of well-being, of satisfaction coming back to ourselves and remembering times when we've been full and rich with this energy. Not necessarily because we've had to do anything. It usually comes after we've done something. It's the satisfaction of a job well done, the satisfaction of a tidy house, the satisfaction of submitting an assignment on time and knowing it's good. All of that kind of quality, or some other version of that, baking a beautiful cake that everyone is eager to eat. There's just this lovely feeling that comes when we do, with our bodies, with our hearts, with our minds. We bring ourselves to something, and in return, we have this satisfaction and this contentment that comes from our offering, from our work, from our interaction with something. So this is important. Tapping into this quality of fullness, of contentment, of happiness, especially in this sort of time of things being so weird. It doesn't hurt, does it? And letting that inform our present, which is the Emperor. And the Emperor is a major arcana. And you notice he's sitting on his wide throne at the base of this wide mountain. And he has the waters of the collective unconsciousness running by his feet. He's a very stable, very grounded, practical individual. And with those practical, grounded discernments, he looks into his community, into his dominion, and he sees the people, and he sees the opportunities, and he sees the resources, and he knows how to best pull all those together for the individual and the collective good so that it's a win for everyone. So this quality of the benevolent father figure who is always seeking the highest and greatest good for everyone. This is not a leader who's in it for himself. This is a leader that's in it for everyone's good. He knows that he will benefit when the people are happy and healthy and taken care of, and that the land is happy and healthy and taken care of, and the water is happy and healthy and taken care of. Understanding that there is no separation. And so to abuse any part of that cycle is dysfunctional and will lead to the eventual collapse of some part of this dynamic, which leads to the collapse of all of it. So this is a very wise leader who sees well and is doing his utmost to put things in order and to do things in service to more good, for the win-win-win, so that everyone is thriving and going towards more. And what would it be like to exist in a world where that was the truth? Where the leaders who lead us have demonstrated their ability to put the good of humanity, its brother and sister species that we share this planet with, the water, the oil, the soils, the air, the earth herself, all of that is taken into consideration for the highest and greatest good, for harmony, for well-being, for prosperity, for good. And prosperity, I'm not talking about mega yachts and multiple mansions. That's not what I mean by prosperity. Prosperity, the energy of it, is living very deeply and fully and abundantly into our gifts and our experience, surrounded by loved ones in beautiful places that nurture our spirit, making our offering, being seen and acknowledged and validated for making our contribution. It's a different energy to just a material reductionist perspective. This larger energy of prosperity, of fulfillment, of goodwill, of visionary leadership. This is all very important right now, and this is in our present environment. And, you know, how do we call those amazing humans into their power? How do we call them into their ability to govern us and to support the right unfolding of humanity at this time in harmony with the rest of life? It's a big, big question, and it's a challenging question. And, you know, I don't think we're there yet, but we will get there, I think. So this energy of right governance, of right relationship, of clean vision, of far vision, of creating life from that win-win-win, that's in our present. So from this rich, full energy, how do we make our choices, our decisions, our actions something that is beautiful for more than just us, more than just our family? How can we do things in a way where we are adding unto the greater good, adding unto that win-win-win for everyone's highest and greatest good, including this planet? Oh, and we have the High Priestess in our near future. So this is the sacred feminine, and I'm not saying that mothers aren't sacred, because they are, but that's the comfortable sacred. That's the part that we're a little bit more, we all have a mom, we all love our moms, and it's good. The high priestess is the aspect of the feminine that we're not quite so comfortable with. She understands the mysteries of life and death. She holds her power. Her hormones haven't blinded her to her power, to her abilities, and to her responsibilities and roles. The high priestess holds the precinct of the temple. She's responsible for it, and so she doesn't suffer fools gladly. And she has this deep, deep wisdom and understanding of nature and life that seems uncanny to those who don't understand the interconnectedness of all things. This beautiful energy of the high priestess, of our connection to the goddess, of the connection to feminine power, is our direction, is what we're moving towards this week. There's sort of, from this fullness and this win-win-win, we're tapping into the deep power of the divine feminine within each of us and without, because it exists all around us. Our planet has this very, very strong feminine energy, this nourishing energy. And so learning to see that sacred life that holds us and relating to it from that higher frequency and vibration with intention, with presence, with honoring is very, very important. We go about our lives not really thinking about the planet. And that's one of the reasons why we often make the poor choices that we do, not really thinking about what are the impacts of what we're doing, how we're doing it, all the rare earth minerals into our cell phones and our devices, and the dyes in our clothing, and the pollutants going into the waterways, and the energy and the damming of the rivers, and what does that do for the life in that environment of that river and downstream from it. And there are many, 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 many aspects to our modern world that have been done without any kind of consideration for the natural world. And we really need to start stepping that up, essentially, becoming more connected to the earth ourselves. And by each of us fostering our connection to life and to nature directly, that grows the connection in the field of humanity. The more of us who spend time in nature and learn to connect with her and honor her and respect her and live according to those rhythms and frequencies, the more that permeates the human collective consciousness, the more that impacts the field that our leaders are part of. So it's never wasted when we connect to our power and the power of the earth and get in touch with our deeper connection to life, as it were. That's what we're moving to. And the foundation card, apologies. The Princess of Wands. So this is new beginnings on the level of creativity, inspiration, and passion. So in other decks, it's a page, and that might represent babies. But of course, because we're doing a collective reading, I apologize. This energy has to do with us and why we're having the reading this week. This new fresh starts in our ability to create and generate and make things happen in a good way in the world. By following our yes, by following our passion, by staying congruent with it, because that's where life wants us. We can offer to life our gifts and abilities in service to the win for everyone, in service to more life and more beauty and more harmony and more well-being, which ultimately helps us to have a new right relationship with the energy of this planet, with her wisdom, with her discernment. So it's like we're in this time of how do we take this beautiful, rich life, and we've all had moments of it. It may be in our lives we haven't had many moments of it, but there are times when we've had that fullness, that contentment, that satisfaction, that feeling that one's heart is going to burst because, well, it's just so good and we feel so replete. And that beautiful energy is important. Remembering what it's like to feel that full and that good And it doesn't take a bunch of stuff. I think that's the misunderstanding that we have in our societies. It's not about the stuff, it's about our service. When we are in service, that's when we have the highest fulfillment. When we're bringing our talents and our gifts and our skills to life in service to more life, what could be better? And that's where that beautiful full cup comes from. And that's where we can be of greatest service to life, that win-win-win, where everybody benefits. We don't necessarily have to have it all figured out, but by following our yes and going towards that shiny, blessed peace or aspects our yes is, and saying yes to that yes every day, we can trust that we're part of a larger flow, a larger intention. We're doing our part. So as I said, we don't have to have the whole figured out. We just need to get in touch with our yes, to recognize what it is, to say yes to our yes every day, and to do it from the intention of highest and greatest service for ourselves, for those around us, in service to more love and life. And we can then relax into knowing that we are showing up with our abilities and talents in service to the good. And that's sort of right relationship in our dynamic with life. And that will lead us to new relationships with the world, with life, with each other, with the sacred precinct of the earth that is the temple. And changing how we relate to this sacred space that we are a part of, that we are the child of, that we are, we are not separate from the temple. We are part of it. And so when we abuse the temple, we abuse ourselves. There's no way around it. We are part of one beautiful planet that is interconnected. So we can't go bombing another and not have it impact us on some level. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, there is a field of life that unifies all of us. And it's time for us to do it differently. It's time for us to stand up and to point out to those leaders who are bomb happy that it's not okay. It's not okay. We know better. We can do it differently. We can find new ways. And those ways will be revealed to us. We don't have to have it all figured out because it's the journey. That's where we discover things, is in the process of doing them. The foundation is this creative new beginnings, fresh new life on that generative potential. So look for that. New ideas, new inspirations, new insights, new revelations that take us in new directions, that help inspire us and motivate us and get us off our duff and doing things in the world in beautiful ways. So that's our reading of the week for this week. Let's pull our card to grow on, shall we? All right, Creator. So summarizing this beautiful energy this week would be helpful for us to know so that we can be of greatest service, that we can line up with that energy of fulfillment and be visionary leaders in our own lives and in connection with others, and pull in those visionary leaders who are here, whose yes is to be the generous, kind, responsible, wise, governing figure for various groups and organizations, countries. My goodness, what will survive the changes we're living through? Okay, so Creator, let's bring through our yes. Yes, let's bring through our yes. And let's bring through our card to grow on, please, for this week of August 8th to the 15th, 2025. More of that fabulous, generative, enlivening energy. The card is signals. This card of communication. This is about what we're launching to the universe and how the universe is responding. And the universe is responding, and it isn't always responding to our words. It's the energy behind the words that dynamic operates around. So, words of affirmation can be great, but unless we hook into the energy those words represent, it's not going to be anywhere near as powerful. An affirmation won't work as well if we're not getting into the vicinity of the energy behind what it is that we want. So this card is just reminding us that we are creating our reality. If there is so much imbalance on the planet, we need to not necessarily be focused on that. We need to be focused on what is generative and creative and bright and shiny in our lives. That's what we need to be focused on bringing into the world for each of us as individuals. And in terms of our communication, the same thing. If we are focused on what's broken and we're focused on the upset and the horror, then that's what we're giving our energy to. It's just that simple. But if we are seeking solutions, and solutions are in a generative place, then we can pull through what is needed with love, kindness, and respect. We can help to change things. And we all have a different role to play. That's important too. Some of us are here to be leaders. Some of us are here to be activists. Some of us are here to make beautiful things, music, poetry, art. Some of us are to make beautiful gardens. Some of us are here to just wander through the world and bring smiles and happiness and love and acceptance and kindness. We all have our gifts. We all have our abilities. And each of us is here to discover what those are and say yes to them and bring them into the world and move towards our yes. That's what we're here to do. And this card is saying, reminding us that it's all about the energy. It's all about our set point. What are we focused on and where are we allowing ourselves to vibrate? Because life is going to meet us there. So if you haven't heard me say it already, an attitude of gratitude is a very powerful, powerful tool to lean on in these times. What are we grateful for? Closing off our day with that, beginning our day with it. It's very, very powerful intention and energy setting for the coming period, whether that's a full day or whether that's a couple of hours. Intention setting is powerful. And if we intention set from this place of gratitude, it's very powerful indeed. And being deliberate about this, getting lined up with what we want, not what we don't want, and letting ourselves have communication with the universe from this place of what do we desire? That beautiful energy of fulfillment. What does that look like for you? And how can you feed that into the collective field so that more people get a sense of what that energy is like? So that even if they are in a place on the planet that is not where fulfillment is experienced, it's there somewhere for them to tap into so they can have a little glimpse of it and let their hearts be filled a little bit. It's kind of abstract, I know, and it feels very airy-fairy in our three-dimensional world when we all feel like we should be doing something. But sometimes it's the being, the frequency, the energy, getting into the vicinity of it. That's what's most important, because that's what life is going to respond to. And practice with gratitude, because that's a great frequency to meet life with. Say, I'm so grateful for this. And life says, wow, you love that? Let me send you some more to love. Let me send you some more good stuff to experience. So it's a pretty good dynamic to foster. And that's what this card is about. It's reminding us that we are creating things. So what do we want? Where are we putting our energy and our attention? What are we focused on? Because that's going to grow. That's going to be amplified. That's what we're nourishing with our precious, vital life force attention. We each have one. We each all have that ability. We get to choose where we put it. What are we doing with it? It's a good thing to think about. Okay, and as priests and precincts of the Earth's temple, we need to be disciplined and focused from the heart in service to more life, and realize that our attention is a very absolute essential part of our contribution. And with that, let's wrap up this reading. Nice deep breath in. Eyes closed. Let that breath go. Thank you, Creator, for this opportunity to gather once again across time and space, bringing our higher, broader, wiser selves into harmony with our human selves so that we can connect, expand our views, connect with our wisdom, our knowingness, our abilities, our love, our connection to life, and bring more of that forward into the world as we meet and greet each other, as we move through our day, as we pet our pets and spend time hugging trees and circulating in nature and touching the water and acknowledging its wisdom and its presence. As we become mindful stewards of our environment, of our lives, of our experience, just grant us the discernment and the wisdom we need to use that energy in a good way, in service to our own good, in service to the good of our families, our friends, our community, in service to the larger human family, in service to the other plant and animal and living families that we co-share this planet with, and in service to this beautiful planet, Gaia, our home. I want to thank all those who helped to hold this space today. This reading is at an end. May we all rise. May we all attain our mastery more often. May we heal and transform what is in our way so that we can get on with things and be those clearings for just pure gratitude, for bliss, for happiness, for fulfillment, for joy, for creativity, passion, inspiration, so that we can powerfully pull in the new world we all know is possible deep in our hearts. And with that, this reading is at an end once again for this week. Thank you for adding your energy to mine, for making these readings possible. If you enjoyed this reading, please like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you are inspired, please share with others. And if you'd like your very own reading, the information is underneath the video. I will look forward to seeing you next week. Happy full moon. That is on August 9th this week. And stay in that beautiful attitude of gratitude, my friends. Cup full and running over. Much love and light. Bye for now.